Hello everyone, my name is Bella and I'm going to talk about teaching proficiency through reading and storytelling. Okay, method or approach. According to Anthony's model, an approach is the theory of language and a method is an overall plan for the orderly presentation of language material. Okay, so here I have some characteristics, and taking into account these characteristics, we can say that an approach informs methods with both the theory of language and the theory of learning. And methods are the actual implementations of approaches. So, what is TPRS? It is a language teaching approach created by Blaine Ray in the 1980s. This work was influenced by Krashen's teaching method, total physical response. Um, it is based on the idea that the brain needs enormous amounts of comprehensible input to acquire a new language and focuses on using interactive, co-created oral stories, readings, and novels that contain the most common used words and phrases from the target language. According to Susan's work, here we have some advantages and disadvantages. These are from a student's point of view. They say that it is interesting, it increases their vocabulary and also their listening ability, and that it is stress-free. And the disadvantages are that they found it complicated, childish, and some texts were too long. These are the advantages and disadvantages from teachers' point of view. Teachers found it good to improve students' vocabulary, and in listening, TPRS let the students involved in every single activity, and it made the students feel invited in the teaching process. And the disadvantages are that sometimes it turns a teacher-centered method because the teacher is the one that tells the story in some cases. And it is not, in culture is not a major aspect of it. Okay, so this is the process of a TPRS class. We have the storytelling. The teacher starts with the outline of a story and asks the class large numbers of questions. Reading classes read stories created in class. Story writing, students write, retells, and original stories from outlines. And video viewing, classes watch several video clips that give an opportunity for providing storytelling and repetition of oral input. So these could be some TPRS activities: comics, true or false statements, and acting. The comic is because teaching can hand out 6 or 8 numbered squares of a comic story and describe the story out of order to have students calling out the number of the square described. Then we have the true or false statements that could be also a fill in the blanks activity or match the sentences activities. All activities could be used as long as they are adapted to a story. And finally, I have acting, that this is when we have many characters in the story. We ask the students to perform to portray the characters, and this helps the student. This has to be while the teachers read the story, and this helps the classmates to understand the story. Here we have the main components of TPRS, that is establish meaning, ask a story, and read and discuss. And establish meaning, it is introduction of the story via translation, and or even gestures in a variety of ways. In asking a story, students are involved in the creation of the interaction of the story. And in read and discuss, students read and translate the story. The purpose of translating is to make sure that the students understand each paragraph. So the conclusions are that the TPRS is a method for teaching language suitable for all ages. As its aim is reading and storytelling, there will not be any problem implementing this method for ETL or TETL. It is good. It is a good tool for teaching vocabulary because of the context, and it will be helpful with the lack of interest in students. However, lessons could be hard planning. So these are my references, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you so much for watching.